Good morning, everyone. Today, I want to talk about something that holds many of us back, but also has the power to propel us forward. Fear. Fear. It's the invisible force that can paralyze us, keep us stuck in the same place, and whisper in our ears that we're not good enough, not ready enough, not strong enough. But here's the truth. Fear is a gift. Yes, you heard me right. Fear is not your enemy. It's energy. And like any energy, you can harness it, shape it, and transform it into fuel that powers your life. Think about it. Every major breakthrough, every moment of courage, every life-changing decision, you didn't make it without some fear in the mix. Fear is a signal. It tells you where you need to grow, where you need to push, and where you're about to level up. So today, I'm not asking you to run from fear. I'm asking you to dance with it. Understand the fear. Understanding fear is about peeling back the layers. It's about recognizing that fear is not a roadblock, it's a messenger. Fear is your mind's way of saying, hey, pay attention, something here matters. But too often we treat fear as the enemy, as something to be avoided or suppressed. That's a mistake. If you don't understand fear, it will control you. But when you take the time to explore it, you realize that fear is a signal. It's your inner GPS pointing you toward what's important, what's unfamiliar, and what's potentially transformative. So let's break it down. Where does fear come from? Fear isn't born in your soul. It's born in your mind. It's rooted in your conditioning, in the stories you've told yourself or the ones you've been told by others. It's the product of past experiences, unmet expectations, or even the primal instinct to survive. Fear often comes from two core beliefs, the fear that you're not enough and the fear that you won't be loved. Think about it. Every fear you've ever felt is tied to these roots in some way. But here's the good news. Beliefs can be changed. And when you shift the belief, you shift the fear. Understanding fear starts with awareness. You've got to take a step back and ask yourself, what am I really afraid of? What's underneath this feeling? Fear is never about the surface level thing. It's not about the presentation you're scared to give or the business you're afraid to start. It's about what that situation represents to you. Is it the fear of rejection? The fear of failure? The fear of success and the responsibility it brings? Until you name it, you can't tame it. And once you've named it, go deeper. Ask yourself, is this fear rational or is it just a story I've been telling myself? Most fears are fiction. They're based on what could happen, not what will happen. Your brain loves to play the what if game. What if I fail? What if they laugh? What if I lose everything? But here's the truth. Most of the things you fear will never come to pass. They're shadows in your mind. And even if they do, they won't destroy you. You're stronger than you think. Fear has a pattern, and if you don't interrupt it, it will loop endlessly. You'll stay stuck in the same habits, the same inaction, the same limits. But the moment you see fear for what it is, a pattern you can break free. Start by asking yourself, what is this fear trying to teach me? What's the lesson here? Every fear is wisdom hidden within it. Sometimes it's teaching you to prepare more. Sometimes it's showing you where you need to grow. And sometimes it's simply asking you to have faith, to trust in yourself and life in the process. Understanding fear also means understanding its physiology. Fear doesn't just exist in your head, it lives in your body. When you're afraid, your heart races, your palms sweat, your breathing becomes shallow. Your body is literally preparing you for action. So why not use that energy? When fear strikes, don't freeze. Move. Breathe deeply. Stand tall. Remind your body who's in charge. You don't have to fight fear. You just have to channel it. Fear isn't going away. And that's a good thing. If you had no fear, you'd have no growth, no excitement, no drive. The goal isn't to eliminate fear. It's to understand it so deeply that it loses its power over you. Reframe fear as a friend. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is not the villain in your story. It's time to flip the script. To reframe fear not as something to avoid, but as a trusted advisor in the journey of your life. You see, fear shows up because it cares. It's trying to protect you, keep you safe. And while it might not always deliver its message in the gentlest way, fear's intention is never to destroy you. It's to alert you to growth, challenge, and transformation. But here's the problem. Most of us misinterpret fear. We think if I feel afraid, I should stop. Wrong. Fear isn't a stop sign. It's a signal. It's like the friend who tells you hard truths, the one who challenges you to be better, to think bigger, to do more. Fear's message is simple. Hey, you're stepping into the unknown. Are you ready for this? It's a question, not a command. But how you answer it determines everything. Reframing fear as a friend starts with understanding its purpose. Fear doesn't show up when you're doing things that are easy or familiar. Fear only comes when you're on the edge of something significant. It's the companion of progress. The presence of fear is proof that you're pushing your limits, expanding your comfort zone, stepping into a higher version of yourself. If fear isn't in the room, you're playing too small. Think about it. When was the last time you felt fear? Was it before a big presentation? Before taking a leap into a new relationship, career, or opportunity? That fear wasn't there to hold you back. It was there to sharpen your focus. It's your body and mind's way of saying, pay attention. This moment matters. What if, instead of seeing fear as the enemy, you saw it as the best coach you've ever had? A coach that doesn't coddle you, but challenges you to rise. Fear also forces you to get resourceful. When fear shows up, it asks you to dig deeper into your strength, your preparation, your determination. It's like a magnifying glass that brings your insecurities into focus, but it also illuminates your potential. It's not there to say you can't do this. It's there to say you need to get ready to do this. It's a nudge, a push, a spark. And here's another way to reframe it. Fear is energy, raw, untamed energy. You can let it paralyze you, or you can let it propel you. Imagine fear as a fire burning inside you. You can use it to destroy, or you can use it to ignite. It's all about how you channel it. When fear arises, don't fight it. Instead, invite it in and say, what are you here to teach me? How can I use this? Because the moment you stop resisting fear is the moment it transforms. But let's take this even deeper. Fear, when reframed as a friend, can actually bring clarity to your life. It shows you what you value most. You don't fear losing things that don't matter to you. Fear highlights what's important. If you're afraid of failing in your career, it means you care deeply about your purpose. If you're afraid of losing someone, it means that person holds a piece of your heart. Fear isn't there to torment you. It's there to remind you of what's worth fighting for. And let's not forget this. Fear is also a sign of humility. It's a reminder that you're human, that you don't have all the answers, and that you're stepping into something bigger than yourself. And that's a beautiful thing, because when you reframe fear as a friend, you stop seeing it as an obstacle and start seeing it as an ally, a companion that walks with you on the path to greatness. Pain is inevitable in life, but suffering, that's a choice. And the difference lies in one powerful decision where you place your focus. You see, when we focus on pain, we get stuck. Pain shrinks our world and it makes us spiral into questions like, why me? Why now? What's wrong with me? But when we shift our focus to purpose, everything changes. Purpose expands your world. It gives meaning to the pain, a reason to push through, a vision of what's on the other side. Here's the truth. Pain by itself doesn't destroy you. It's the meaning you attach to the pain that determines whether it breaks you or builds you. Every one of us has faced pain, loss, rejection, failure, heartbreak. But the people who thrive in life aren't the ones who avoid pain. They're the ones who transform it. And how do they do that? They don't dwell on the pain. They ask, what is this pain trying to teach me? What's the bigger picture here? How can I turn this into fuel for my purpose? When you focus on pain, you see all the reasons to stop. Pain screams, it's too hard. You're not strong enough. Just quit. But when you focus on purpose, you drown out the voice of pain with something louder, your why. Your purpose is the North Star that guides you through the storm. It's the force that says, yes, this hurts, but it's worth it. Yes, this is hard, but I'm growing. Yes, this is uncomfortable, but I'm becoming the person I was meant to be. Think about this. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, every moment of triumph was born out of some level of pain. The marathon runner feels the burn in their legs, but their focus isn't on the pain, it's on crossing the finish line. The entrepreneur faces setback after setback, but their focus isn't on the failures, it's on building their vision. The parent sacrifices time, energy, and sleep, but their focus isn't on the exhaustion, it's on the love they have for their child. Pain is a part of the process, but purpose is what makes the process worthwhile. So ask yourself, what's the purpose behind the pain you're feeling right now? What's the greater mission, the bigger dream, the deeper meaning? Because when you focus on purpose, pain stops being a barrier and starts becoming a bridge that takes you from where you are to where you're meant to be. But here's where most people get stuck. They think their purpose has to be perfect. They think it has to be grand or world-changing. That's not true. Purpose doesn't have to be massive. It just has to be yours. Your purpose could be to provide for your family, to create art that inspires others, to grow into the best version of yourself, or to make a difference in your community. Whatever it is, let it be the reason you keep going when the pain gets tough. Purpose also gives you perspective. When you focus on pain, you see the immediate discomfort. But when you focus on purpose, you see the long-term gain. Pain is temporary, but purpose is lasting. It reminds you that what you're going through right now is just a moment, a stepping stone, not a permanent state. And when you attach a compelling purpose to that pain, it no longer feels like suffering. It feels like progress. And here's the magic of it. The moment you shift your focus from pain to purpose, your physiology changes. Your energy shifts. Your mind stops saying, I can't, and starts saying, I must. Purpose ignites something inside you, a fire, a drive, a sense of certainty that no amount of pain can extinguish. But this isn't just about enduring pain. It's about transforming it. It's about taking the very thing that was meant to break you and using it to break through. It's about asking, how can this pain serve my purpose? How can I use it to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient? Because when you find a purpose that's bigger than your pain, the pain becomes irrelevant. It's still there, but it no longer controls you. Focus is power. And where focus goes, energy flows. So the question is, are you focusing on the pain or are you focusing on the purpose? The choice is always yours.
If you wait until you're ready, you'll be waiting for the rest of your life. Let me say it again, you don't need to be ready, you just need to move. Action isn't the result of confidence, it's the source of it. So many people are paralyzed, stuck in this loop of overthinking and self-doubt, waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect circumstances. But let me ask you, how often does perfection actually show up? Never. And that's why you can't wait for it. Taking action before you're ready is about stepping into uncertainty and saying, I don't have it all figured out, but I'm going to figure it out as I go. It's about trusting that you don't need all the answers right now. You just need to take the first step. And when you do, the next step will reveal itself. Think about the most successful people in the world. Did they have all the pieces in place when they started? Absolutely not. They started messy. They started scared. They started unprepared. But they moved forward with courage, not certainty. Because here's the secret: action creates clarity. You don't learn by sitting on the sidelines. You learn by being in the game. Most people think they need confidence to take action. They've got it backward. Confidence comes from action. It comes from trying, failing, learning, and trying again. Every time you take a step, no matter how small, you build momentum. And momentum is everything. It's what turns a single step into a journey, a small decision into a transformation. Taking action before you're ready also rewires your brain. When you step into discomfort and uncertainty, you teach yourself that you can handle it. You prove to your mind that fear isn't fatal, that failure isn't the end, and that progress is always possible. The more you act, the more resilient you become. And suddenly the things that used to terrify you start to feel manageable, even exciting. But let's be honest, the idea of acting before you're ready is scary. Your brain is going to try to stop you. It's going to come up with 1,000 reasons why now isn't the right time, why you're not good enough, why you should wait. That's fear talking. And fear's job is to protect you, but its methods are outdated. It doesn't realize that the discomfort you're feeling isn't danger, it's growth. The truth is, you don't need to know every step of the journey to start walking. All you need is a vision, a burning desire, and the courage to take that first step. And guess what? The first step doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be real. Maybe it's making the call, sending the email, signing up for the course, or saying yes to an opportunity that scares you. Whatever it is, do it now. Because action breeds action and progress begins with a single move. And here's the beauty of acting before you're ready: it forces you to grow. When you step into a situation you don't feel fully prepared for, you have no choice but to rise to the occasion. You become resourceful. You think creatively. You dig into strengths you didn't even know you had. That's how you expand your capacity. That's how you become the person you're meant to be. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the stars to align. Stop waiting for the perfect plan, because perfection is a myth. What matters isn't how you start, it's that you start. Take the leap, even if it's messy. Especially if it's messy, because life rewards those who are bold enough to move forward, even when they're unsure. When you act before you're ready, you send a message to yourself and the universe: I'm serious about my growth. I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to fail if it means I'll eventually succeed. And that energy, that commitment, it's magnetic. It attracts opportunities, people, and resources that you couldn't have accessed if you stayed stuck in indecision. Gratitude is the ultimate game changer. It's the antidote to fear, the remedy for stress, and the shortcut to joy. You see, when you're living in gratitude, there's no room for scarcity, no space for fear, no place for negativity. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing in your life to what's already here. And that shift is everything. It transforms your mindset, your energy, your emotions. It takes you from a state of lack to a state of abundance in an instant. Here's what you need to understand: what you focus on expands. If you focus on what's wrong, what's hard, what's unfair, you'll find more reasons to feel miserable. But if you focus on what's right, what's beautiful, what's working even in the smallest ways, you'll open the door to a flood of positivity. And the key to opening that door is gratitude. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you. It's about truly feeling the blessings in your life. It's about training your brain to notice and appreciate the good even in the middle of challenges. Because let's be real, life isn't always easy. There will be days when nothing seems to go your way, when problems feel overwhelming, when it's hard to see the light. But even in those moments, there's always something to be grateful for. The breath in your lungs, the strength to face another day, the people who love you, the lessons you're learning, even if they're painful. Anchoring yourself in gratitude means building a foundation so strong that no storm can shake it. It's about starting and ending each day with a sense of appreciation, no matter what's happening around you. And let me tell you, gratitude isn't just a mental exercise, it's a state of being. When you're truly in gratitude, it's impossible to feel angry or fearful at the same time. Gratitude rewires your brain. It shifts your energy from survival mode to creation mode. And don't just be grateful for the obvious things, be grateful for the challenges too. Yes, the challenges, because those tough moments are what shape you, what push you to grow, what teach you the lessons you need to reach the next level. When you look back at your life, you'll realize that the moments you thought were breaking you were actually building you. So why not be grateful for them now? Why not say thank you for the strength I'm gaining through this pain? Thank you for the clarity I'm finding through this confusion. Thank you for the opportunity to rise above this struggle. Gratitude is a practice. It's not something you do once in a while, it's something you live. It's a decision you make every day to focus on what's right instead of what's wrong. And the more you practice it, the stronger it gets. Think of it like a muscle. The more you work it, the more natural it becomes. Eventually, gratitude stops being something you have to think about. It becomes who you are. And let me tell you, when you're anchored in gratitude, you become unstoppable. Challenges that used to derail you lose their power. Setbacks that used to feel devastating become opportunities to grow. And you start to attract more of what you're grateful for. Because that's how the universe works. What you appreciate appreciates. Gratitude also creates connection. When you're grateful, you radiate positivity and people are drawn to that. They want to be around someone who sees the good, who uplifts and inspires. Gratitude strengthens relationships. It reminds you to appreciate the people in your life, to acknowledge their impact, to say thank you for being you. And when you express gratitude to others, you deepen those bonds in ways you can't imagine. But here's the thing, gratitude isn't just for the good times. True gratitude shines brightest in the darkest moments. It's easy to be grateful when everything's going your way, but the real power comes when you can say, this is hard, but I'm grateful for the lesson. This hurts, but I'm grateful for the growth. This is uncertain, but I'm grateful for the opportunity to trust. And don't just keep your gratitude inside. Speak it, write it, share it. Start a gratitude journal and write down 3 things you're thankful for every day. Make it a habit to express appreciation to the people around you. Turn gratitude into action by giving back, by paying it forward, by being the source of positivity for someone else. The more you give, the more you receive. When you anchor yourself in gratitude, you build a foundation of strength, resilience, and joy. You remind yourself of all the blessings in your life and you open yourself up to even more. Because gratitude isn't just about recognizing what you have, it's about creating the space for more abundance, more love, more growth. It's the ultimate power move. Victory starts in your mind long before it happens in the real world. You have to see it, feel it, and believe it before you can achieve it. Visualization isn't just wishful thinking, it's a powerful tool to program your mind for success. When you visualize the victory, you're rehearsing your future in advance. You're conditioning your brain, your emotions, and even your physiology to step into the life you're meant to live. Here's the thing, your brain doesn't know the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. That's why visualization works. When you see yourself succeeding, when you imagine it with clarity, intensity, and emotion, you're creating neural pathways that make that success feel familiar. And when it feels familiar, it feels possible. But it's not just about seeing the end result, it's about experiencing the process. Close your eyes and imagine yourself on the journey. Feel the struggle, the setbacks, the moments of doubt, and then see yourself rising above them. See yourself overcoming every obstacle, breaking through every barrier, and arriving at the finish line stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever. Visualization isn't just about the goal, it's about the growth. And don't just stop at seeing it, feel it. Engage all your senses. What does victory look like? What does it sound like? What does it smell like? How does it feel in your body? Picture yourself crossing that finish line, hearing the cheers, feeling the pride and fulfillment coursing through you. When you make your visualization that vivid, you're not just imagining success, you're living it in advance. Here's why this is so important. Your mind is like a GPS. If you don't program it with a destination, it doesn't know where to go. When you visualize the victory, you're giving your mind a clear target. You're saying, this is where I'm going, and nothing will stop me from getting there. And once you've programmed that vision, your subconscious mind will start working tirelessly to align your actions, decisions, and energy with that destination. But let me tell you something, visualization isn't a one-time event. It's a daily practice. It's something you do every morning, every night, every time you need a boost of certainty and clarity. You don't just visualize when things are going well. You do it especially when things feel hard, because in those moments, your vision becomes your lifeline. It reminds you why you started, what you're fighting for, and who you're becoming. And visualization isn't just for the big victories. Use it for the small wins too. Visualize yourself nailing that meeting, crushing that workout, having that tough conversation with confidence. Every small victory you visualize builds momentum for the bigger ones. And as you stack those wins, you'll start to see yourself as unstoppable. But here's the magic. When you visualize your victory, you're not just changing your mindset, you're changing your energy. You're stepping into the frequency of success, of abundance, of certainty. And that energy is magnetic. It attracts opportunities, resources, and people who align with your vision. When you're clear about where you're going, the universe responds. And let's not forget, visualization isn't just about you. It's about the impact you want to create, the lives you want to touch, the legacy you want to leave. See yourself not only achieving your goals, but also inspiring others to rise. See the ripple effect of your victory, the way your success lights a fire in others.
But here's the most important part. Don't just visualize the victory on it. Claim it as if it's already yours. Say to yourself, this is who I am. This is what I do. This is the life I'm creating. And then take action as if it's inevitable. Because when your vision is clear and your belief is unshakable, nothing can stop you. Victory doesn't happen by accident. It happens because you saw it, believed it, and worked for it before anyone else could see it. So close your eyes, see the victory, and make it real. Fear is not the enemy, it's the catalyst. It's the raw energy that, when harnessed, can propel you into action like nothing else. Most people let fear paralyze them. They see fear as a stop sign, a signal to retreat, to stay in their comfort zone. But let me tell you something. Fear is not a stop sign, it's a signpost. It's pointing you directly toward your growth, your breakthrough, your next level. Here's the truth. Fear only has power over you when you let it. But what if instead of running from fear, you leaned into it? What if you stopped asking, how do I get rid of this fear, and started asking, what is this fear trying to teach me? What's on the other side of it? Because on the other side of fear is where your greatest growth lies. To turn fear into a commitment, you first have to change the way you see it. Fear isn't here to stop you, it's here to wake you up. It's a signal that you're stepping into something bigger than yourself, something that matters. Fear only shows up when the stakes are high, when the outcome is meaningful, when the path you're on has the potential to transform your life. So instead of fighting fear, embrace it, welcome it, thank it for showing up. Say, I see you, fear, and I know why you're here. You're here because I'm about to grow. You're here because I'm about to step into my power. You're here because I'm about to become unstoppable. But recognizing fear is only the first step. The real transformation happens when you turn that fear into fuel, when you use it as the energy to commit to your vision, your goals, your purpose. Because fear and commitment are two sides of the same coin. Fear asks, what if I fail? Commitment answers, what if I succeed? Fear whispers, what if I'm not good enough? Commitment shouts, I'm becoming better every day. Commitment isn't about feeling ready or confident. It's about making a decision. It's about saying, no matter how scared I feel, I'm going to move forward anyway. And here's the secret. Once you commit, fear starts to lose its grip. Why? Because fear thrives in indecision. It feeds off hesitation. But when you commit, when you go all in, you take away fear's power. Turning fear into commitment also requires a shift in focus. Fear makes you focus on everything that could go wrong. Commitment makes you focus on everything that could go right. Fear keeps you fixated on the pain, the risk, the possibility of failure. Commitment redirects your focus to the purpose, the reward, the possibility of success. Think about this. Every great achievement in your life started with a moment of fear. The first time you tried something new. The first time you took a risk. The first time you said yes to an opportunity that scared you. Fear was there, wasn't it? But so was something else, courage. And that courage didn't come from waiting for fear to disappear. It came from making a commitment to act despite the fear. Turning fear into commitment is also about aligning with your why. Why does this goal matter to you? Why are you willing to face the fear? When your why is big enough, the fear becomes small. It doesn't go away, but it becomes manageable because now you're not just running from fear, you're running towards something greater. And let's be clear, commitment isn't about perfection. It's not about having all the answers or never feeling afraid again. It's about showing up day after day, even when it's hard, even when it's scary, even when it feels like you're in over your head. It's about trusting that every step you take, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to your vision. Fear is energy, and energy can't be destroyed, but it can be transformed. So take that energy and channel it into action. Channel it into resilience. Channel it into a relentless commitment to becoming the person you're meant to be. Fear is a fire, and you have a choice. You can let it burn you, or you can let it fuel you. When you turn fear into commitment, you flip the script. Fear no longer controls you, you control it. Fear no longer holds you back, it pushes you forward. Because now fear isn't something to avoid, it's something to embrace. It's the sign that you're on the right track, that you're stepping into your power, that you're moving closer to the life you were born to live. So the next time fear shows up, don't shrink back. Don't hesitate. Don't let it paralyze you. Look it in the eye and say, thank you for reminding me that this matters. Thank you for waking me up. Thank you for giving me the energy to commit to my dreams, and then take the next step, and the next, and the next. Because when you commit, fear transforms into momentum. And once you have momentum, nothing can stop you. Turning fear into fuel for unstoppable growth. Fear is not a roadblock, it's a compass, a guide, a source of power. When you learn to understand it, reframe it, and embrace it as a friend, fear becomes the catalyst that propels you toward greatness. Fear is a sign that you're pushing beyond your limits, expanding into new territories, and growing into the person you are meant to be. By shifting your focus from pain to purpose, you find meaning in every challenge, every setback, and every obstacle. The real power lies in taking action before you feel ready, because action creates clarity, and clarity creates momentum. When you commit to moving forward, fear loses its grip and becomes fuel for your success. When you anchor yourself in gratitude, you shift your energy from scarcity to abundance, from stress to peace. Gratitude not only strengthens your resilience, but also attracts more of what you are grateful for. And through it all, visualization keeps you focused on your victory, creating the clarity, energy, and belief needed to reach your goals. Finally, when you turn fear into commitment, you unlock an unshakable drive. Fear no longer holds you back, it propels you forward with relentless determination. It is no longer something to avoid, but something to embrace, knowing it will lead you to your greatest transformation. So remember this: fear, when understood and channeled, becomes the very fuel that powers your journey towards success. Harness it, commit to it, and watch as you break through every barrier, step into your true potential, and live a life beyond your wildest dreams. The victory is yours to claim.